Hey guys, um, working on the 3D printer and playing around with some of the settings and learning, and I'm actually taking notes about what happens when I change some settings. And as you can see right now, the nozzle is squirting out quite a bit of filament, and that's actually a good thing. I'm over here uh, with the control box, and you can actually tune. And as the printer is working, you can speed it up, slow it down. Um, so if I turn this up to 50, and come back over here, you notice it's going to start going a little bit faster. If I come over here and we go over to tune and I kick it up to 100, and as soon as I go back to my info screen, and if you notice, it's really going now. I'm not really concerned about printing anything. I've actually just got a bowl disc, a bowl type thing that's, yeah. And, but I'm just basically playing with some of the settings, learning what happens. Right now, and you see this the filament's not sticking to the bed because I had the bed too hot. Actually the bed's cooling off now. Once it gets warm, it's this aluminum, and so I'm experimenting with the aluminum. We'll see how well it works. I printed a few things on it. It's done okay, but I know a lot of people like glass, so we'll see. As you can see, it's. I actually had it under there. You can see it's moving. But yeah. So basically, just messing around and learning what happens. I really don't care about if anything prints right now. And so, as you can see, it's 14 minutes. This is the progress. I want to say this, the computer told me it was going to be around a 20-minute print, which isn't too bad. But we can come down to tune, and I sort of want to come over here. We go. And but I can, while the printer's printing, I can. This is the temperature of the nozzle, the temperature of the bed, all Celsius. But as you can see, so like my flow, you know, I can back off on the flow. There we go. And the fan speed and all this. So, yeah, just learning the printer and learning what happens. A lot of what I've read says that that's what you need to do before you even try to print anything major. I printed a couple of things so far. The kids have it, but I'm trying to learn the ins and outs of it so that I can actually print some really high quality stuff. But for a week after having it, I must say it's been pretty easy to build. It was really easy to build. The software has taken a little bit of learning curve on the software. So just because there's so many different settings within the software. So I'll tell you that much. I won't get into the details, but yeah, so far I'm really happy with it. It's printed some really good quality stuff, and I've had it set on medium. The couple of things I printed for the kids. But yeah, so far everything is really well. Let me. And this is just the filament up top up there. And you can see it's really squirting, which is a good thing. That means it's all working. So. I've actually, if I need to, sorry about that, gonna have to adjust my bed a little bit. It's still not perfectly level. I gotta be honest, you know, after we've had spring break, and so, yeah, but so far so good. I'm loving this printer. A couple things I want to point out. This has the metal bushings and metal bearings, slide bearings, actuator or linear actuator bearings. There's roller bearings inside here. There's metal roller bearings, and this part is metal. These are metal. You can't see it because the roller bearings are on the back side, but those are all metal roller blade bearings. In the earlier versions of this printer, this was plastic and this was plastic, and it caused a lot of wobble, and people had some waves in their prints, or lines, the stack lines, which you shouldn't have. I found out that, you know, if you've got your 3D printer set up right, you shouldn't have a lot of lines, visible lines, which some of the stuff I have gotten from someone who 3D prints, there was a ton of lines in it, which means I had to fill it and sand it. He obviously did not do a very good job of setting up his printer, which is what I'm trying to do right now, is learn how to do that, so I don't have those lines and don't have to spend a day sanding and filling the little grooves in the, but yeah, so far so good. Everything is working really well, and I am quite happy with our printer. The kids are loving it, and my 10-year-old son, this was really, I hate to say for him, but it really is, because he's really into creativity and building. So plus I plan on using it quite a bit to make parts down here. So I'm going to turn off the video, and I'm going to keep tinkering and keep playing. And again, I'm writing all this down. I'm taking notes. Hopefully this summer I'll get some of those notes written up, and maybe I'll, on the workshop page, I'll put those for you. But yeah, so this is part 3 of the build. And, you know, as you can see, here we are, part 3. And we're printing. Now the cool part about this is there's no computer around here. There's no laptop. Oh look, the cord is unplugged. It prints straight from the SD card, so the software does all that for you, and the slicer, all that's built in, and you just put it onto the SD card, pop it in, and you can print. So yeah, so we're gonna call it a day for part 3. And I'm gonna get back to tinkering and playing, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, y'all. Hey guys, just for the fun of it, I put a piece of really thin styrene down and adjusted my stanchions, and it's actually still printing from before, and just to see, you know, what would happen and what not. And you can see it's actually the outline of a dinosaur, by the way, is what it's printing. My 5-year-old daughter found this. So, but yeah, so far so good. You know, this is one of those learning a lot, and having a lot of fun. This is actually really enjoyable. The tinkering and watching what happens, because it's I'm not worried I'm gonna break anything, and I'm not worried I'm gonna mess anything up. So, and I've got a, you know, the whole roll of filament. I want to say that's the big roll, and that was only like $25. So, you know, and it hasn't used all of that much. So, but yeah, so you know, we got the control box over here. As you can see, we are nearing. We're at 27 minutes into the print. The nozzle's at 192 degrees. I've increased the heat there, and I've actually turned the heat bed completely off now. But you can see the temperature is dropping, it's 35 and falling. But yeah, so, you know, it's kind of mesmerizing to watch it work. But I am loving this thing, and I can't wait to do even more. Hey guys, welcome back. Starting a little bit more complicated. This is something that my daughter found. It's actually a Celtic emblem. So it's got some really good crosses in it, and some curves and some straight lines. And so I've loaded that up and just going to see how it does. I've gone back to all of my original settings that I've tweaked a little bit, and seeing how it does with this right now. So far, so good. This one's going to take a little while because this is actually pretty thick, and it's got a lot of prints in it. So, we'll come back in about 30 minutes, and we'll see how it looks, and go from there. But, yep. Actually, right now I'm running the bed off, the heated bed off, and I've got the nozzle a little bit warmer so than I did before. It's flowing a little bit better. So, and it even tells you that the heating's done, and this is your feed rate, by the way. I've slowed the feed rate back just a little bit, and our time into the print is 1 minute. So, but yeah. Very mesmerizing to watch. It's like the old dot matrix printers. So, but yeah, we'll come back to this in a little while and we'll see how it looks. Hey everybody, welcome back to the 3D printer. This is a locomotive wheel. This is I've got there's this big project on Thingiverse, and Stephenson's rocket was a model up there, and it's free to download. You just download the file and start printing pretty much. You still have to run through the software and get it ready, but you know, the design's already done. So this is a locomotive wheel off the Stephenson's rocket that I'm printing, and we are 4 minutes in, and you can tell it's a locomotive wheel. So this will be an interesting little test to see how it is. I'm not going to mess with any settings on this. I have gone with my previous settings. I'm just going to leave them alone and see what happens and see how it turns out. So we'll come back in a little bit and we'll see how the locomotive wheel is doing, and yeah, so it's really fascinating to watch it work. I must say, this is